You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the October 16th meeting of the Michigan City Port Authority Commission. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good evening. Welcome to the Michigan City Port Authority Board of Directors meeting, October 16th. I call the meeting to order, and I'm looking for approval or corrections for October 25th meeting minutes.
I make a motion we approve October 25th meeting minutes. The last date. There was a typo here at the beginning.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any comments from the public? Mr. Cooper?
If I could address the board again, following up on a couple of weeks ago, Dale's back with me today. We tried to take a look and see with the sailing school if the approved contribution from the Port Authority had come through our books, and we did not find it. So with that in mind, I would request the board to maybe consider, we have a boat now that requires winter storage at Trail Creek, and possibly we could help with that, or a slip for next year for the sailing school. For John and the other guy with the hat here. Last meeting we were able to report on our attendance this year, and over pre-COVID, about 3 years ago, we have now doubled the students in attendance in the summer, the kids. We incorporated STEM program and Michigan City area school system. In our first session, we're helping with the support of the Port Authority, the support of the Unity Foundation, with some scholarships for local kids to try and boost that and bring more of the community into our program also. These adult sessions have been sold out. We have had several folks who have purchased boats now in our marinas, a couple of them down at Trail Creek, and I think I can account for 6 now that are in this marina that have gone through our school and then purchased boats. So with that in mind, again, I'll answer any questions, or Dale will. Yes.
Hey, you call it the sailing school, is that different than the junior sail program?
We rebranded a little bit about 6 years ago, and it's the South Shore Sailing School is what we operate under. It's the South Shore Nautical Education Foundation, which is a 501c3. We needed to clarify some of that for tax donations and donations from the Port Authority and so forth. So it's the same school that we've been operating for 30 plus years now with the support of our friends. Our board is totally non-paid, all volunteer, and so we do pay our instructors, our local kids that have come up through the program. We provide those that want opportunities to grow, to develop some leadership skills while they're in school. But it is the same school.
It's quite something to see as you're going out of the harbor. You can see on this sailboats starting out the season, I guess, with instructors to start here in front, and slowly they progress out into the lake area, and just to watch them learn, see them pulling ropes, I guess they call the strings, I don't know.
I think you need to take sailing lessons.
I've seen them doing all that work and stuff.
Those are lines.
I've always thought it's been a great program for the kids. like Mr. Cooper says, we've gotten, what, 5 or 6 new people, or the ones that have attended that class, have gone on and purchased sailboats and brought them here. I thought it was in our budget already that we had a donation towards them. Did
We
we
give
not?
them, they get the first slip on the 100 dock.
Uh-huh.
What we've added to the fleet this year is, some folks were very kind and they donated a 26-foot Catalina to us. And so, just as you described, sir, like we just always had the small boats. We now have one largish boat in a slip that was provided by the folks who donated the boat to us. So that's really principally our ask is, we can talk to you, into you about having a slip then for that larger boat. We certainly will become more of a gateway for bigger boats ownership here in this harbor, because now we'll be getting a lot of these adults primarily on this larger boat.
The boat in the slip that you're talking about, is that one of the instructors, or?
The boat in the slip, it was donated to us by some airline pilots. It's called Not Flying. We just used this summer to kind of get to know the boat, do some engine work on it, get it up and running. We purchased some new sails for it, and so this next summer we're going to be offering sort of adult classes, Roman numeral 2. So you have to go through the smaller classes, smaller boat class to get your chops up, and then we'll bring you on the big boat and teach you on that.
It's been in slip 533 for 3 or 4 years. It was donated though from the previous owners to our sailing school.
And where did you store the smaller boats and that boat last year?
Smaller boats we store over here in the pavilion. We lock them up to big, cement locks and hold them in there. We take our instructor boats, which are those little engines on them, we take them off site and put them in storage.
And we have some of the Capris that I think we're going to probably divest of next year. They're at Sprague.
Okay. Any other questions?
What have we done in the
Thank you.
past, I guess? I just think we ought to keep up with,
Well, yeah, we already given the slip in 100, on the 100. There's a slip we give them already, plus the other things, and then we'll have to see if that check ever got
Yeah,
cashed.
we'll look again.
Because we're not gonna renege on the check if it never got cashed. We just wanna make sure we know where it's at on that. But I think we should kind of take that under advisement, start, do a little committee just to talk about it. So before we make a final decision, so we're fully invested. We know the program is good and everything. It's just, we wanna make sure we know what we're doing before we just do it right now. So,
I think you're saying, well, we plan on continuing next year.
Continuous with the
What
committee.
we've done in the past.
yeah, we're gonna continue, we're gonna change what we did in the past. What we're adding to this, we'll take under advisement in the committee.
And the amount of the check usually is what, 100, 200, 500,
400, I believe.
400?
For the last 2 years.
Okay.
So, but yes.
Thank you.
We will definitely take that.
Thank you.
Not a problem. All right. Mr. Freeze, do you have anything for us today?
No, not today.
Just nice to see you.
Nice to be here.
All right. All right, Mr. Frame, reports from the harbor master.
All right, just a couple of things for this evening. Tomorrow, we start turning off the water in the marina. So the water department will be down, they take a final reading on the meters that we're gonna shut off. And then we'll start draining and blowing out the water lines. At Trail Creek, they continue to pull boats out for winter storage, and currently, the next 2 weeks, we are full on our schedule. So at least the next 2 weeks, we'll be pulling out boats and start turning the water off, and that's where we are at the moment, unless anybody has any questions.
Is that the same time that we turn the water off every year?
Yeah, I aim for October
October
15th.
15th, okay.
Yeah. And then in the spring, we aim for around April 15th. Plus or minus, depending on the weather.
Thank you.
All right. Reports from the assistant harbor master, Mrs. Pulley.
I do need a head count for the mayor's ball that I have heard from Sam and from John. I haven't heard from anyone else if they're, oh, Mr. Messina said he wasn't. Okay.
I'm a no.
No.
I'm not either way.
Okay.
I'm the other town, so.
No, I'm out of town.
Another thing I have, and this has nothing to do with the Port Authority, it's about voting this year. I just didn't know that they changed the places, and I just thought people would be interested in it.
So what's going on now is you can go to any one of these centers, doesn't matter where you live. Even if you live in LaPorte, you can come here to one of these centers in both LaPorte County, because they go by your ID. So if you're in LaPorte, you're supposed to be able to go to any center in LaPorte. These are just the ones in Michigan City that are offered to us. So.
I just thought it was an interesting.
Yeah, it's
Well,
really.
there's still people confused. I posted like 4 times and they're still like, where are you? It's like, it's pretty.
There's options.
And I know East Street's open right now for early voting, so we do have that.
And that's all I have.
All right. Reports from committee, budget and financial oversight, review and approval of the bills. Mr. Ferguson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's talk about the bills for a second. That's it then for me for tonight. Should have 3 pages. First 2 pages are the regular bills, and then the second page of that is the EFT registers. And between those two, the total comes to $129,789.68. Let's go to the summary page, the single page that's got just the bigger items on it. Talk about that for a second. Coming down the list, we can see the waterworks, Midwest Security, NIPSCO, fuel. Got some potted plants for $2,300 and change. Stevens Marine for $4,290, and lawn care, that's totally $98,000. If you have any questions, particularly on like potted plants or Stevens Marine, the staff can answer those more directly. And I'll be glad to listen to those comments now. If not, I'll move on. As I say, those items themselves total $98,000, but there's another about 6,000 of smaller items that you can dig out on that first page. The first page that's got a bottom line of 104,000. So we've got 98 and 6, 104. Now you're coming down to the smaller page, the EFT page. The totals are $25,629.50. There are really only two items on that. There's two lines of sales tax that we have collected and we're paying back to the state. That totals a little over $15,000 of the total. And then credit card fees of over $10,000. Between those two, it really comes up to the $25,000 and it shows there. The credit card fees are really, they're no more than what we usually see. It's just that this register is almost a month and a half's worth, not just a short period of time. So more information is available for that from the staff if you care to. But if I don't hear anything right now on that, I'll make a motion that we accept as shown here our bills for $129,789.68. That's a motion.
Second.
Questions? You good, Bruce?
Yeah, I was wondering about those potted plants though. What is that?
We take a handful of our bigger plants and he overwinters them in a greenhouse for us.
Who?
Potted plant. south of town is
Oh, it's a company.
landscape place, yeah.
Ah, okay.
That's actually
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I would have figured
I
that out
thought you
if I
bought
had quotes
potted
around it.
plants. What are we gonna do with potted plants?
We
At
do
this
get
time of
them,
year.
but usually it's in the spring is when we buy them.
just bills us in the fall.
Okay, I'm good.
All in favor?
I,
All right, paying bills. All right, Mr. Haynes, claims and insurance.
I have nothing to report.
Port operation, personnel, and marina policy. I think we're just moving right along. Haven't had any changes as far as personnel. Looking forward to a nice smooth transition to get everybody out of the water. I did go down the harbor in my boats when there was a south wind, and I only had like a foot underneath my boat. And that's not a lot of room for people to get down that harbor. So I suggest take advantage of the north wind when you're going down the harbor. Take your boat out, folks, because we don't have anything to do with that. The government has to drive
That's a nail
that.
biter there.
So don't call Marina. All right, nothing else there. Mr. Messina, Board of Communications, Special Events.
I really have nothing either. I did have a question, maybe for Mrs. Plucky. How are fuel sales and diesel sales this year compared?
I think they might have been down a little bit because the money's up because it's more money, but the,
The overall.
yeah,
Volume.
volume's down a little bit. Not a lot, but some.
Okay. Just wondering where less people are traveling, taking vacations and going to different ports because of the cost of it.
Definitely until the last month with the loopers.
There's a lot of them this year.
There's a real lot of them this year.
I've never seen that wall so full for so many days out there.
Yeah.
So, which is neat. I mean, if you can do it, you got the time. It'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
follow up with Danny's question. Is that a concern to staff at all that the gas and diesel fuels are maybe off a little bit more?
It goes up and down with the prices of fuel.
But I have nothing else to report.
All right, Mr. Manor, Master Planning Special Projects, Park Liaison.
The only thing I have on master planning is I'm setting up a meeting with the committee, and we're gonna start looking at some of the planning coming up for next year. So, not to say that we're actually gonna implement anything, but we do have to have a plan.
Plan. Yeah, I agree. I agree. We kind of know what some of the targets are, but we got to have an idea of what we have to target to get there.
Right.
So I think we've made a step to help that, so
Yep.
that's good. All right. Ms. Buettner, Advertising and Public Relations.
Nothing new to report.
Mr. Zachman couldn't be here this evening, so there's nothing there. And does anyone else in the public have anything else? We all good?
I voted today, it'd take about 5 minutes.
Perfect.
Good.
Good. All right. How many times have you gone?
Well, I went dancing today, I'm going to the IBW.
All right. That's all I have. Anybody else have anything else?
Where are we on the signage? I should still have that on, or is it? Are we,
So it's
Well,
ordered.
it's still on there because you guys have to take it off when you're
Oh, okay.
satisfied. So it'll stay on there until you guys take it off. But we've got some and we've ordered some more, so it's an ongoing project.
I'm the one who put it on, or asked to be put on, and, if we feel we're far enough along, we can probably take it off.
Let's take it off.
I'll make a motion that we remove signage.
Second.
Well, you have to take it off the table first. You can't just do it without taking it off the table. That has to be voted on.
Yeah, you have to make a motion to take it off the table.
A motion to take it off the table.
Second.
Signage.
Yeah. All right. Then now you have to,
All in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then what's your next motion?
Yeah, that's all. Oh, that's John.
Now, if you take it off the table, you have to get rid of it.
No.
It's just off the
business.
table.
Now it's on the table.
Now it's on the table.
Now it's on the table. Now we have to take a motion to take it off the table.
Yes.
Take it off of our,
Correct. So you,
okay. My motion is that.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So we completed that.
All right, I make a motion we adjourn.
There we go.
Second.
When's the second meeting in November?
What are our dates?
Will be the 6th
6th.
and the 20th.
Thank you.